Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. Hope everyone's well. So I'd do another my football videos, or for those, if anyone watches from America, soccer videos. Anyways, I thought I'd talk about Celtic again. I know I talked about it in the past, but for anyone who missed those videos perhaps, or my updated goals or dreams. So I thought I'd talk about some ideas which I hope will improve Celtic, perhaps. And also like my dreams for Celtic. So anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling, and hopefully some people out there will enjoy it, especially my fellow Celtic fans, or maybe even I can encourage more people to become Celtic fans for all the charitable work they do and all that sort of thing. So anyway, here goes. So number one, I dreamed that I was wondering whether I'd save this till last, because it's sort of what would be my what would be the most important thing, or the most important dream perhaps, but I dream that Celtic will become the most successful FC football club in Scotland in history, and like be recognised as the most successful team in Scotland, obviously beating our main rivals, Rangers and all that sort of thing. But yeah, becoming the most successful team in terms of like trophies won. Hopefully we'll do that by 2030, or preferably before that, because I think they're a bit ahead of us, unfortunately. But I hope, like, it's a bit worrying at the moment because of the manager situation. He doesn't seem to be that good tactically, and we're not performing as well. Luckily this season, at least we won the I'll say we as a fan, at least we won the quadruple treble this season, so that was good. But other than that, it's really been quite downhill, other than that one success. But obviously over time that's been quite good. But I hope that we will reclaim that sort of decade of dominance that we had before. Again, I'll say we as a fan. Number two, I'd love to encourage as many people as possible to become Celtic fans around the world, and yeah, I'd love to see what Celtic could learn from other football clubs, like what's worked well for them, like in terms of things like youth structure, or recruitment policy, buying the best players, or whatever has worked for other clubs financially or marketing or whatever, because so much of football now is about marketing and about finances. I mean, and obviously marketing is part of that. And but yeah, I'd love Celtic to have as many fans as possible around the world, which I hope to come to perhaps in more details. But yeah, so see what Celtic can learn from other clubs, maybe even national teams, but especially other clubs around the world, and also maybe even other sports and business generally, and just generally what Celtic can learn to improve, like how Celtic can market itself and become one of the most popular clubs. So hopefully that will mean more people buying merchandise and things like that, which will hopefully help Celtic in the long run as well. Number three, hopefully, as I say, like recruit more people to support Celtic, especially for like the charitable work they do, and maybe improve relations between like Celtic, like local MPs, politicians, and all that from Scotland, or from Glasgow, or even Scotland generally, to sort of acknowledge some of this work Celtic does for charity in the local community and even globally, to sort of so especially the SNP, Scottish National Party, for those who don't know, to acknowledge a lot of the work that Celtic have done, and like Celtic to work with local MPs and MPs across Scotland, politicians across Scotland, councillors and that sort of thing, to sort of look at how to help Glasgow and Scotland generally to tackle poverty, or look at what can be done in the community to improve things, especially in Glasgow, which is quite a deprived area, and what work Celtic have done for Glasgow, as well as the rest of Scotland, and even like globally what they do in Africa, and hopefully Celtic do more charitable work in Asia as well. I think that'd be really cool. Number four, I'd love to encourage like a Celtic connection, where all the different Celtic nations, how we pronounce it, Celtic nations, I think that's the right pronunciation, will like support Celtic. Like, and I think there are 8 different Celtic nations, so it'd be great to see them all get behind Celtic FC. And also I'd love to encourage people from Eurasian nations, transcontinental countries, the Mideast, Mediterranean nations, Africa and Asia, and really all around the world, to support Celtic as much as possible. And I have a little sort of cheeky thing where I say that because our rivals Rangers sing like Rule Britannia, I think it'd be great if all the countries that were colonised by Britain supported Celtic. yeah, I'd love to see people, especially in China and India, which are the most populous countries, and hopefully it'll be mutually beneficial. Like hopefully Celtic will support those countries and the poor people in those countries as well. So hopefully it'll be like a mutually beneficial thing. Number five, I'd love to hear from Celtic fans and like have one voice where we're united together, like a more united fan base, where we like also a club listening to the fans. So hopefully the club having more of a liaison with fans, but maybe having one group which could be like the voice for the whole club and all the fans to do with it, that support Celtic, like coming together and having our voice heard, but like discussing amicably, preferably, and sometimes agreeing to disagree, but sort of sharing the same sort of vision. And on that note, I'd love to see Celtic have like a 5 to 10 year plan about direction, excuse me, the direction of where the club wants to go. So hopefully this new CEO that's coming in, Dominic Mackay, I think his name is, will hopefully have a 5 to 10 year plan about how to change things up and improve like what the club hopes to achieve in 5 years. Like hopefully in the future being able to do tours of different countries, hopefully when travel restrictions are reduced, obviously legally with government advice or even support. Again, like working with politicians and all that sort of to do charitable work, and as well as locally, like doing so internationally, like going to different countries and like hopefully helping them, as Celtic have done in the past with like Kibera Celtic, which is in Kenya, and the work they've done overseas. Hopefully, they can do more of that, including in Asia and India and China, especially. Number six, I'd love to have a network between two different teams I support, like Italian teams and Celtic, like so that they can like train together, especially younger players, so they can like train with each other, learn and like just basically have a partnership between Italian football, especially, and Celtic, as well as possibly other teams and groups as well, but especially between Italian football and Celtic. Like Calcio Celtic, and Calcio means football in Italy, I believe. So like connecting together Italian teams, like as I say, training, practicing, and like Italians could have Celtic as a second favourite team and vice versa and that sort of thing. I know there was already a slight connection between Celtic and Italian football, but I hope to like expand that as much as possible, generally speaking. Number seven, hopefully I'll have fun sharing my ideas, and I'd love to have like some sort of events where I could work with the club and like dyslexia organisations and other groups with special needs or learning disabilities to like sort of showcase what we can contribute or what we can do with our creative ideas, and like practicing and playing football whilst also raising awareness about dyslexia, and with the Celtic Foundation, like raising awareness and money for funds for dyslexics, maybe even dyslexics start our own businesses like in Africa and Asia. I'd love to start like social enterprise in Africa and Asia. Like I don't plan to make much money from it, but I plan to support those my fellow dyslexics in those countries. I hope that made sense. I didn't go too much off topic, but yeah, so things like that, maybe even supporting dyslexic people to set up their own business, like fundraising through football. Again, I hope to cover that in more detail. Number eight, again, I'd love to see like a united fan base and Celtic to continue the charitable work they do, and people to love Celtic around the world, especially the, as I say, Celtic connections and that sort of thing, and to continue those good relations, and also like Celtic to continue to fight bigotry and racism and prejudice. And like since it's Black History Month, I think it'd be great to see like Celtic celebrating the best black players who have played for Celtic in February, as it's Black History Month in the US. And here in the UK, it's Black History Month in October. So I think it'd be great if for these 2 months, February and October, Celtic do things to commemorate like the black players who have played for Celtic, either from Africa or elsewhere in the world, including African Americans and Black British as well. Again, all around the world. Number nine, again, I'd love to see Celtic have like a 5 to 10 year plan about the direction of the club and what it can achieve and what its priorities are, and how it can achieve those goals, and hopefully turn things back around to how we were winning before. And number 10, I'd love to see like youth development, and I'd love to do like fundraising to if I could, I'd love to fundraise for Celtic to have academies all around the world, like all over Asia, Africa, China and India especially, and also Kenya and South Africa and all over Africa and Asia, and also like for Native Americans, African Americans, and Indigenous Australasians, or Aborigines and Maoris and people like that to get into football, soccer as they might call it, or whatever. And hopefully that would be mutually beneficial, because it would benefit those communities and it would benefit Celtic, because hopefully Celtic would be able to utilise some of those players. As I say, hopefully it'd be mutually beneficial. So hope this made sense and it wasn't too cringe-worthy, and I'm out. Peace and love.